Hello and welcome to an Everquest guide for Terror of Luclin armor. So we're going to kind of get into this pretty quick. So we are in Maidens Eye. Right here you can find Orphit's Dappeldink. When I say you have to buy ore, I'm referring to these ores down here. So let's kind of get into this. So there are 3 tiers of armor and Terror of Luclin. And these are the sets, if you will. Faded Waxing Crescent armor drops from the tier 1 zones, and you can see that it is tradable. Let's take a look at the stats here on this armor. This is 8200 HP armor, at least for the bracer. For the necromancer here, you can kind of see its focus items will go up to 125, so it's pretty good. And then we have the tier 2 armor, which drops from the names in Cavethian, Vexthal, Shadow Valley, Basilica of Umbernation, and Bloodfalls. It's slightly better. It is a no trade armor, so you have to have the you have to go and get it yourself. You can't just buy it like you can buy the waxing off the bazaar. Now, it is a 300 HP upgrade over the tier 1. The focus is slightly better. This is 95 to 110 versus 90 to 105. And you get more stats, right? So it's the same item. And then there is a tier 3 crafted item. And now the crafted container is tradable. But the ore, let me link that to myself real quick. The ore that you need to make it is no trade, and that drops off the named mobs in all the zones. So you get it from mission chests, you get it from named. In all zones, it's just you get like 1 guaranteed in a mission versus you get one on a named, right? So to make this next tier of armor right here, the traded one, the trade skill one. It's, obviously significantly better here, right? So you can see from tier 1 to tier 3 here, the difference is almost 1,000 hit points, right? I'm not going to put them on to do the diff there, but you can kind of see you're getting more HP, more AC. See, look at heroic stats there. Heroic stamina stays about the same. It's a heroic stamina downgrade, actually, if you look at that from tier 2 to tier 3, but I think overall you're benefiting a lot from that. The focus item is the same, 95 to 110, and that kind of goes across. Like, I'm only showing the bracer here, but if you extrapolate this across the full set, it's about, they're all on par. But you can see here the spell damages kind of vary. Like this one goes down, so the tier 2 is like actually pretty good. But you are losing like what, 600 HP, so that could be significant to you. And it's harder to get, I would say. Each of the getting the crafted container here, this wrist faded bloodied Luckinite wrist armor, like this is trivial to get. You can buy these in bazaar. The hard part is actually getting the ore, and it also costs you what is that? Luckinite enrichment medium. So if we look at the vendor here, let's get rid of all these. If we look at the vendor, you can see that the Luckinite, where is it? Luckinite enrichment, yeah, 28,000 platinum per visible. So you only need this for the visible armor. So that's head, chest, legs, wrists, boots, gloves, arms. Those are the visible armors. They are the ones that require this. The raid version requires a 40,000 platinum item, and it works the same way. You put the raid ore in with the endowment item medium, and you will get the raid item, and so on and so on. But yeah, so it's a pretty good set of armor. Definitely. Now, here, let me point out real quick. So if you are on live and you're 115, God dang it. If you're on live and you're 115 and you're looking for like the best armor for a 115, it is in fact waxing Crescent armor. For one reason, right? It's going to grow with you all the way to 120 because it is, required 115, recommended 120. So you're going to get more stats than you would from tier 3 Claws of Vishan armor, right? So let me see if I can find a piece of that real quick. Be Restless. Wow, there's like nothing. Oh, I have collectibles set on. Rest. There we go. All right, if we sort by price, usually the braces are really cheap. So, here's one right here. Faded Restless Bracer. Let's grab that, inspect it. And you can see here, that's 8400 HP. Actually, I might have said something wrong. Maybe they're equivalent. Oh yeah, they are pretty close actually. Yeah, and the focus here is 85 to 100. So you're getting benefit from the focus item from this. Getting tier 3, I guess, you have to wait till 115, whereas you can get this and it's good to 120. So I mean, you get more AC here, but you're losing 200 hit points. The heroic stamina is the same. In the case of a necromancer, obviously, in different classes, you would want to focus on different heroic stats. So I would say these are pretty close to being equivalent for all intents and purposes. I mean, obviously, this one has a little bit better stats in certain categories, but for the most part, it's easier to get the waxing Crescent. And if you're already 115, you're gonna probably want to just go to the next tier anyway. Just buy your set and move on. Versus, you're gonna have to kill Zlandikar or all those other missions or all the names, at least 8 times to get a full set of that. Whereas this is just a simple purchase. So, it is what it is there. I'm personally skipping the Velium Threaded and most of my characters to go straight to the waxing. So that's what my plan is. But that is the armor of Terra of Luclin. So you got 3 tiers for the group armor. I believe there is 2 tiers for the raid armor, but I don't raid with these, so I don't have any of those to show. So you can find all the stats for these on Alakazam. You can find them on EQ Resource, and I really recommend raidloot.com is one of the better places to look at loot. Here, let me bring it over here, right? So like if we look at Necromancer, since that's what we're comparing, and we do wrist, and then we put group in, and let's set armor so we don't get hogs. All right, there we go. So if we look, oh, that's waist. Where's wrist? There we go, wrist. So if we look at this and then we go, where's tier 1, Terra of Luclin, right? So you can see here, tier 1, Terra of Luclin, 85. That is weird. The stats are different. The stats are different here, right? This is the right arm. No, that's the wrong one. It's this one. Yeah, so that's correct. So you can see here the HP difference. There's the overlap, but then the tier 2 Terra of Luclin is better than the tier 3 for sure. And then you get into the next tiers up, and so you could theoretically go into tier 1 Knight of Shadows at 120 versus going into the tier 3 Terra of Luclin. So there's some give into this, right? And in my opinion, you want to go for the best that you can get for your level, and depending on how fast you're leveling. So just the little overlapping there. And this website here, raidloot.com, really makes it easy to find items. Like, right, so say I want a primary weapon, but I want a 2-hander, right? I just search that. My best 2-hander I can get right now at 125 is an Arcane Memory Forged Staff. Then the next one is the group one, and then Lorian Song. So my my Necro currently has the Lori song here as, you know, it's the fourth best group version of what he can get, right? So kind of lets you plan your character out a little bit and do stuff. There's other tools for doing stuff like that, but you know, kind of makes it easy to find things, right? All right, just let that over there, and there we go. So that is the Terror of Luclin armor in a nutshell, pretty much. Hopefully that's helpful and showing you where to go, what to get, all the ore that you need besides the dropped ore. Drops, you know, is from this guy here. The 23,000 one for the tier 1, the 28,000 for the tier 2. I don't know what this one is for. I think that's for the raid armor. And then the enrichment mediums are for the trade skill armor. So you're gonna pay more for raid version, but the raid version is significantly better. Like here, let me compare that real quick before we pop out of here. So this is the trade skill item. If we look at this one and then look at this one, right? So this is the group version, 9,147 HP. The raid version, 12,319 HP. You can see this. Every single stat is significantly better. Stamina's better. Everything's better. So this is the true best in slot for this expansion, but it just depends on if you're still rating it, and if you're not, you know, it might not be obtainable easily because you're not rating it. So, but definitely that's kind of how that works, and you just use the more expensive mediums to do that. Plus whatever else it says on the container. Some of these like require powder and stuff like that from the expansion. But hopefully that is clear, and everybody can learn from that. But hopefully that helps. Thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.